Let's talk about the one thing that separates AI hobbyists from the pros who build real, reliable products. It's called prompt iteration, and it's the secret to making prompts that aren't just a shot in the dark, but a tool you can actually count on, every single time.
You know the feeling, right? You've spent hours crafting what seems like the absolute perfect prompt. In your test window, it's magic, but the second it hits the real world, it just starts breaking in all these weird, unexpected ways. It is one of the most frustrating things about building with AI.
You're hoping for that one, clean, perfect output every time. But what you actually get is a total mess. Inconsistent formats, kinda right but mostly wrong answers, or just total failure. But here's the good news. This probably isn't your fault. It's what happens when we skip a really critical professional step.
And that step is prompt iteration. Look, this isn't about just writing a prompt and crossing your fingers. It's a real process. It's a cycle of refining, testing against very specific goals, and then improving based on what you see. You could almost think of it as the engineering discipline that prompt writing has been missing.
And the difference this makes is, well, it's huge. Moving from that write and hope approach to this kind of systematic process can boost your prompt's accuracy by 20 to 40%. That's not just a small tweak. That's the difference between a cool demo and a product that people can actually use and rely on.
This really lays out the two paths you can take. Without iteration, you start with a vague idea, and it's a straight line to inconsistent results and ultimately failure in production. But with iteration, that same vague idea gets put through the ringer. It's tested, it's refined, and it's turned into something that actually works when it matters. And the engine that drives all this is a super simple but really powerful four-step loop. First, you write your prompt. Then, you test it, and you test it hard, against all sorts of different inputs. Next, you analyze the results to figure out what's going wrong. And finally, you refine the prompt to fix those problems. And then, you guessed it, you do it all over again. And you really are going to repeat that cycle. Don't expect to nail it on the first try. Honestly, the data shows that most of the really solid production-ready prompts have gone through this loop 3 to 7 times before they're truly ready for prime time. It's all about that step-by-step improvement.
Okay, so we keep talking about testing, but what does that actually mean? Let's get practical and open up the essential testing toolkit. There are really two main strategies here that are the backbone of any professional prompt development.
And those two strategies are test suite testing and A/B testing. Here's a simple way to think about it. Test suite testing is your defense. It's how you make your prompt bulletproof and reliable. A/B testing, that's your offense. It's how you optimize to find the absolute best performing version out of a few good options.
So let's break down when to use each one. A test suite is your go-to for anything going into production. It's designed to catch all those weird inputs, those edge cases, to make sure your prompt is robust. It takes a bit more time, but it's incredibly thorough. A/B testing, on the other hand, is all about optimization. It's perfect when you've got a couple of good prompts and you want to see which one is, say, cheaper or faster to run.
All right, that's enough theory. What does this actually look like when the rubber hits the road? Let's walk through a real-world example so you can see just how dramatic these improvements can be.
So here's where we started. A simple prompt that's supposed to summarize an article. We ran it against our test suite and yikes, it had an accuracy of just 40%. It failed more than it succeeded. You just can't build a product on top of that. But now, take a look at this. This is the result after we put that prompt through the iteration cycle. The accuracy shot up from a failing 40% to a perfect 100%. Every single one of our test cases passed. I mean, the transformation is it's undeniable. This is what the process does.
So why was that first prompt so bad? Well, this was it. The entire prompt was just, summarize this article. That's it. Its fatal flaw is that it's just way too vague. It gives the model no rules, no structure, no context. You're basically asking it to read your mind, and it's going to guess wrong. A lot.
Now compare that to the final, flawless version. It's the complete opposite. It's incredibly precise. It gives the AI a role. You are an expert technical writer. It adds very clear constraints in exactly 3 numbered sentences, and it even defines the structure for what those sentences should be about. We're not hoping for a good result anymore. We are instructing the AI on how to create one.
So if there's one thing you take away from all of this, it has to be this. Reliability in AI isn't an accident. It's not magic. It's something you engineer. It's the direct result of a structured, deliberate process of testing and refining.
So let's boil it all down.
You have to stop guessing and start testing systematically. For any serious project, you need to use a test suite to get that production-grade reliability. You have to measure the things that matter, like accuracy and consistency. And just plan on it taking somewhere between 3 and 7 iterations to get from a decent idea to something that's truly great.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. Your prompt might seem like it works okay, but is it actually reliable? When you're building things people are going to depend on, what is the hidden cost of just settling for good enough? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.